What's up guys, welcome to another Final Fantasy Brave Exvius video, and today we're going to be talking about some problems with the game, and it's been happening for a while now, but we're just trying to get in. This has been a video that I wanted to get out, but I just haven't had the time until now. So today we're going to be talking about a lot of things that are a problem with the game, and how can we, I don't know what we can do about it, but I do have a lot of comments that I've read through, and we're going to go ahead and get into all those things. So a lot of problems with the game, I've read it. Like out of the norm, because there's usually always King Mug, Raid, story, well not so much story events on the global side, but usually those things, and it's been like that for a long time. Usually there's like a few, I sprinkle a few other things in there sometimes, but and normally it's those things, and people usually are just, you know, whatever. But ever since they rushed all the way to the Neovision era, which you can't even say that they didn't rush it, because they definitely did at this point. You can definitely go back and look. There's a lot of things that are skipped, like Cloud of Darkness raid, and Elnath's story event, and all the season 3 characters like Pone or Poppy and Kalmia, you know, Daisy. A lot of those story events and things like that are gone, and also Theodore and Ursula, that's gone. So there's a lot of things that are going on in regards to that. So you can't even say that they didn't do it, that they didn't skip. So from what I've read, and I'm feeling the same way actually, because I'm starting to get bored myself with global, because it's the same thing. They don't really do a whole lot of buffs. You can see that Soul barely got a buff at all. He needed one because he's really late, but he got 30% MP. I mean, really? They can't be that like Skeleton Crew. It's clearly showing that they don't have as much interest in this game to make it good anymore as it once was. Because just look at the Part 2 Halloween event. Yes, I'll give them credit. They made a Part 1. It was original. Fine. Part 2 was a rehash of last year. It was literally the same thing. And they only made 2 Neovision Awakenings. And people were saying, oh, you know, they're extending it to the 11th. That means that they should be, you know, making more Neovision Awakenings. No. They did Sakura, we got Lucius, which was a complete letdown. So why couldn't we have gotten Demon Rain? Why couldn't we have gotten Dracula Lastfall? He could have been like a weird, you know, chaining ice damage dealer or something, I don't know. But the point is, there's a few things in this game that I want to address myself before I read a lot of comments. So I know that the 30 shard meme is still here, and even if you buy some in the shop, it only gives you up to 40, not 50. So like, what's the point? What's the point of that? It doesn't do anything. It's never done anything. 30 shards at this point does nothing. And at the JP side, around this time, or maybe a little bit before, they were already giving out 50 shards per the Neovision banner unit. They were already giving out 50 per login, as long as you logged in all the way. So what's the point of the 30? It doesn't do anything at all. And I can't express that as much as I can. I don't know how much more I can express it. It just doesn't do anything for us guys. So I don't know why they do it other than for monetary reasons, but even then, you still have to pull the unit, and you still have to pull probably another one, or buy the bundle, which has always been a thing even on the JP side. But you still have to pull the unit first, and that's already pretty hard enough. So you're getting like half of a unit, kind of like in the 7-star era. You have to pull half of a unit, and on top of having to pull half of a unit, now you need a whole bunch of shards to get them to EX1, which is basically the gold standard, or wherever you need to go with that unit. Because EX0 usually, unless it's like a specific situation where like Gabranth doesn't really need to do it EX1, but it'd be nice, you know, stuff like that. But it's just, the daily shard dungeon is still not in the game when it was already in the game a long time ago on the JP side. Still isn't here yet. I think that's one of the main things that are making people not want to play the game, or barely play the game anymore, because there's no way of farming shards. And this coin login system does not help either, because it only gives you a certain amount, whereas you could farm infinitely, not all day long, but once per day you get a whole bunch of shards, and the next day you can get a whole bunch more and a whole bunch more. And if you guys want to know more about that, I have a video on that. I'll probably be at the end of the video or something, but I've got a guide on that. Anyways, in the game, there's nothing creative going on. There's nothing interesting going on. So enough about me. I'm gonna go ahead and look at you guys' comments, and I also have some other comments from another channel. That's, you know, I think everybody knows about that, the big dog by now. I'll go ahead and let's go ahead and look at some comments. So we've got some comments here that I was wondering, hey, FFBE is kind of looking kind of bad, and everybody's not having. I'm not crying for views, by the way. I'm just stating a fact that a lot of videos are not getting as much attention as they once did, and I'm just saying, same as it used to be. So here's some comments that people are irritated. Like I said, no fragment amounts, no dungeon, and they're releasing units like New Vision Soul much further behind than he should have been, and Ibarra basically stole his spotlight already. Comments pretty heavy that he's been playing so long, and now the game is dying, he said. So that's brutal. There's more comments in here. I think this is like the lighter version of the comments. I think there's more. All right, here's the comments I was looking for. So people are saying that they're growing bored of the game daily. There's a new update. Well, I don't think this is completely true every time you log in. Maybe if you log in every week, but yeah, it's just like basically put out a banner unit, put out an event that they copy pasted, XD, see you next week. That's what they do nowadays. It's been kind of like that for a long time, but usually there's like buffs just or some other mechanic to look forward to, but not really anymore. And I think there was probably more. I think there was more. Oh, there was more comments, but I don't know where they're at. So, but there's I don't know. I think a lot of it may have been in my other videos or something, but we have from Clay's post. Let's see if I can scroll all the way back up. You can't see it, but he says, "Hey all," from 2 weeks ago. "Hey all, so I'm noticing that my Genshin and even my novel review aren't getting as many views over the past few days, and I was wondering if you had any feedback for me in terms of what would make the videos better for you all." And then he says some other things. So there's some comments in here that I wanted to read. Content about Genshin, and to be honest, FFBE is just not getting any better. Things like that. Releasing too much stuff too fast. Can't seem to find a lot of them, but there were more comments. To be honest, get FFBE. Wait, is it showing up? To be honest, FFBE has been getting extremely stale in terms of events and units. I'm just waiting for Kingdom Hearts, the units to drop. Sure. And there's me, by the way. Am I dying right now? I don't think Genshin's dying though. And yeah, a lot of people are waiting for updates. I'm waiting for the next update for Genshin. For me, FFB is burning the candle on both ends, so I'm taking a month break out. I saw a lot of comments here, maybe they're just not showing up right now, but in terms, I don't want to sit here all day, but for the most part, a lot of people are saying that they're just sick with the game, it's the same thing over and over again, and things like that. It's just kind of like the same stuff over and over again. Like people are just tired of it. There's no shard dungeon, there's no more stuff. People are falling away with FFBE, like this person says. And trying to find some of these comments, but you guys can get the gist of it, I think. Too much amount of problems, and there's no end in sight. There's no solution, I don't think, other than releasing the shard dungeon. So that's one thing gone. Make 50 shards per New Vision banner unit. That's two things fixed. And I don't know how they're gonna make events better, but they should probably start investing in side events again, like the boss rush. The global side only got one time, or JP side got several times. I have a whole bunch of those on my channel, and like it's rough because it's the same stuff over and over again, but people are trying to catch up to this thing that FFBE is like the same thing over and over again. They're not really doing anything different because War of the Visions is probably taking up most of their time, which would have been fine if they were able to split up their team a little bit, but it feels like for the most part that they have more in War of the Visions than they do in Brave Exvius now, and it shows. It shows that they are doing less buffs or no buffs for units. They are doing rehashed events for Halloween. Yes, I already gave them credit for the other one, but why couldn't they have made the other one that set the part 2 interesting as well? They're just waiting for something to change, and I don't know how that's gonna work. You can't just wait for things to change, guys. And we need to speak up. This is a video that I'm speaking up, but I don't know where if it's gonna reach out to everybody, but I'm trying my best. So all in all, guys, I listed out the three things I need to change, and I don't know if they are. 2 could be fixed at the flip of switch, daily shard dungeon, easy. 2, and make the logins 50 shards, not 30. So there you go. That's already 2 solutions out of 3. The third one is kind of harder to do, make events and things more interesting, or make things more engaging. That's not up for me. Gumi needs to figure out a way to do that. But if you guys have any other feedback or anything like that, you want to put that in this comment section, maybe I'll read that in another video and see how we can formulate some kind of idea that make this game more interesting. So I want to know your guys' comments down below. Please, 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 even if you're a lurker, please this time, I'm begging you, and I don't beg a lot of things, please write down in the comment section. There's no keyword this time. I want you guys to actually put in some feedback. What can make this game better? I want you guys to tell me, please. And maybe if this video reaches out and it explodes, I'm not saying that it has to or anything, but maybe if it explodes, maybe Gumi will actually watch this and read the comments. I don't have any ties to Gumi. I've never been to any events, and I was not even included in their anniversary video. I think I was pretty much famous at that point that I was not included. But that's it. That's all I've got for you guys. Please, again, leave them in the comments down below. Please, 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 comments down below. I would really appreciate all of your guys' feedback. Not about my channel, not about me, about the game itself, FFBE. How can it be better? How can it be improved? Alright, guys. So thanks for watching. If you like this kind of video, please give a like. If you're new to here, please give a subscription. Hit that notification bell. It's not a meme. It's real and helpful. So I'll see you guys in the next one, I hope.